Hello there. Come here, my little friend. Don't be afraid. Oh, don't worry, he'll be all right. Rest easy, son. You've had a busy day. You're fortunate to be all in one piece.
Ben? Ben Kenobi? Boy, am I glad to see you.
The Jundland wastes are not to be travelled lightly. Tell me, young Luke, what brings you out this far?
Oh, this little droid. He says he's searching for his former master, but I've never heard such devotion in a droid before. He claims to be the property of an Obi-Wan Kenobi. Is he a relative of yours? Do you know what he's talking about?
Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan. Now that's a name I've not heard in a long time. A long time.
I think my uncle knows him. He said he was dead.
Oh, no, he's not dead. Not yet.
Well, you know him.
Well, of course I know him. He's me. I haven't gone by the name of Obi-Wan since, before you were born.
Oh, and the droid does belong to you.
I seem to remember ever owning a droid. Very interesting. But I think we'd better get indoors. The Sand people are easily startled, but they'll soon be back, and in greater numbers.
So, yeah, I'm wearing a bathrobe just so that I could do the hood thing, but I'm already getting really warm, so I'm just going to take the robe off. Otherwise, I'm going to be super hot in here. No, my father didn't fight in the wars. He was navigator on a spice freighter.
That's what your uncle told you. He didn't hold with your father's ideals. He thought he should have stayed here and not gotten involved.
You fought in the Clone Wars?
Yes. I was once a Jedi Knight, the same as your father.
I wish I'd known him.
He was the best star pilot in the galaxy, and a cunning warrior. I understand you've become quite a good pilot yourself. And he was a good friend. Which reminds me, I have something here for you. Your father wanted you to have this when you were old enough, but your uncle wouldn't allow it. He feared you might follow old Obi-Wan on some damn fool idealistic crusade like your father did.
What is it?
Your father's lightsaber. This is the weapon of a Jedi Knight. Not as clumsy or random as a blaster. An elegant weapon for a more civilized age. For over 1,000 generations, the Jedi Knights were the guardians of peace and justice in the Old Republic. Before the Dark Times. Before the Empire.
How did my father die?
A young Jedi named Darth Vader. He was a pupil of mine until he turned to evil. Helped the Empire hunt down and destroy the Jedi Knights. He betrayed and murdered your father. Now the Jedi are all but extinct. Vader was seduced by the dark side of the Force.
The Force?
Well, the Force is what gives a Jedi his power. It's an energy field created by all living things. It surrounds us, it penetrates us, it binds the galaxy together. Now let's see if we can't figure out what you are, my little friend. And where you come from.
I saw part of a message.
I seem to have found it. You must learn the ways of the Force, if you are to come with me to Alderaan.
Alderaan? I'm not going to Alderaan. I've got to get home. It's late. I'm in for it as it is.
I need your help, Luke. She needs your help. I'm getting too old for this sort of thing.
I can't get involved. I've got work to do. It's not that I like the Empire, I hate it, but there's nothing I can do about it right now. Such a long way from here.
That's your uncle talking.
Oh, great, I don't like my uncle. How am I ever going to explain this?
Learn about the Force, Luke.
Look, I can take you as far as Anchorhead. You can get a transport there to Mos Eisley or wherever you're going.
You must do what you feel is right, of course.
Right now I don't feel too good.
A bonus deleted line. Alright, I'm going to put the robe back on. Just otherwise, I should have worn my shirt that says Jedi Master, and it actually has Obi-Wan's lightsaber on it, but I'll just go with the robe. Feels more Jedi-like, I suppose. I'll just sweat it out.
It looks like the senior people did this all right. Look, there's gaffy sticks, bantha jacks. It's just, I never heard of them handing anything this big before.
They didn't, but we are meant to think they did. These tracks are side by side. Sand people always ride single file to hide their numbers.
These are the same Jawas that sold us R2 and 3PO.
And these blast points, too accurate for sand people. Only Imperial stormtroopers are so precise.
Yeah, but why would Imperial troops want to slaughter Jawas? If they traced the robots here, they may have learned who they sold them to, and that would have lead them back home.
No, wait, Luke. It's too dangerous. There's nothing you could have done, Luke, had you been there. You would have been killed, too, and the droids would now be in the hands of the Empire. Mos Eisley Spaceport. You'll never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. We must be cautious.
How long have you had these droids?
About 3 or 4 seasons?
They aren't for sale if you'd want them.
Let me see your identification.
You don't need to see his identification.
We don't need to see his identification.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
These aren't the droids we're looking for.
He can go about his business.
You can go about your business.
Move along.
Move along. Move along.
I don't understand how he got by those troops. I thought we were dead.
The Force can have a strong influence on the weak-minded.
You really think we're going to find a pilot here that'll take us to Alderaan?
Most of the best fighter pilots can be found here. Only watch your step. This place can be a little rough.
I'm ready for anything.
This little one's not worth the effort. Come, let me get you something. Chewbacca here is first mate on a ship that might suit us.
Okay, I'm going to try my Han impersonation. Han Solo. I'm captain of the Millennium Falcon. Chewie here tells me you're looking for passage to the Alderaan system.
Yes, indeed. If it's a fast ship.
Fast ship? You've never heard of the Millennium Falcon?
Should I have?
It's the ship that made the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs. I've outrun Imperial starships. Not the local bulk cruisers, mind you. I'm talking about the big Corellian ships now. She's fast enough for the old man. What's the cargo?
Only passengers. Myself, the boy, his 2 droids, and no questions asked.
What is it, some kind of local trouble?
Let's just say we'd like to avoid any Imperial entanglements.
Well, that's the real trick, isn't it? And it's going to cost you something extra. 10,000, all in advance. 10,000? We could almost buy our own ship for that. But who's going to fly it, kid? You? You bet I could. I'm not such a bad pilot myself. Look, we don't have to sit here and...
We can pay you 2,000 now, plus 15 when we reach Alderaan.
17, huh? Okay, you guys got yourselves a ship.
I'll leave as soon as you're ready. Docking Bay 94. 94. You'll have to sell your speeder.
That's okay. I'm never coming back to this planet again.
If the ship's as fast as he's boasting, we ought to do well.
All right, give it to me. I'll take it. Look at this. Ever since the XP328, I always get this wrong. Look at this. Ever since the XP328 came out, they're just not in demand.
It'll be enough.
I still don't think I got that right.
All right, and then they're launching. How long before you can make the jump to light speed?
And then they make the jump, and then they're en route to Alderaan, or what's left of Alderaan. Are you all right? What's wrong?
I felt a great disturbance in the Force, as if millions of voices suddenly cried out in terror and were suddenly silenced. I fear something terrible has happened. You better get on with your exercises. Remember, a Jedi can feel the Force flowing through him.
You mean it controls your actions?
Partially, but it also obeys your commands. I suggest you try it again, Luke. But this time, let go your conscious self and act on instinct.
With the blast shield down, I can't even see. How am I supposed to fight?
Your eyes can deceive you. Don't trust them. Stretch out with your feelings. You see? You can do it. I call it luck. In my experience, there's no such thing as luck. Look, good against remotes is one thing. Good against the living, that's something else. Looks like we're coming up on Alderaan.
You know, I could feel something. I could almost see the remote.
That's good. You've taken your first step into a larger world. Our position's correct, except no Alderaan.
What do you mean? Where is it?
That's what I'm trying to tell you, kid. I ain't here. It's been totally blown away.
What? How?
Destroyed by the Empire. Your entire system, entire fleet couldn't destroy a whole planet. Take 1,000 ships with more firepower than I've... There's another ship coming in.
Maybe they know what happened.
It's an Imperial fighter.
It followed us.
No, it's a short-range fighter. Our only bases around here, where'd it come from? Not if I can help it. Julie Jammers transmissions. It's just as well to let it go. It's too far out of range. Not for long. A fighter that size couldn't get this deep into space on its own.
It must have gotten lost, been part of a convoy or something.
Well, I ain't going to be long enough to... Well, I ain't going to be around long enough to tell anybody about us.
Look at him. He's heading for that small moon.
I think I can get him before he gets there. He's almost in range. That's no moon. It's a space station. It's too big to be a space station.
We got a very bad feeling about this.
Turn the ship around. They're not going to get me without a fight. You can't win, but there are alternatives to fighting. This is ridiculous. Even if I could take off, I never get past the tractor beam. Leave that to me. Damn fool, I knew that you were going to say that. Who's the more foolish, the fool or the fool who follows it?
We found the computer outlet, sir.
Plug in. You should be able to interpret the entire Imperial network.
A power loss at one of the terminals should allow the ship to leave.
I don't think you boys can help. I must go alone. Whatever you say. I've done more than I bargained for on this trip already.
Well, I want to go with you.
Be patient, Luke. Stay and watch over the droids.
But here...
They must be delivered safely, or other star systems will follow the same fate as Alderaan. Your destiny lies along a different path from mine. The Force will be with you. Always.
And then we don't hear from Ben until Ben versus Vader.
I've been waiting for you, Obi-Wan. We meet again at last. The circle is now complete. When I left you, I was but a learner. Now I am the master.
Only a master of evil, Darth.
Your powers are weak, old man.
You can't win, Darth. If you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you can possibly imagine. And those are his last words alive before he becomes a Force ghost. Run, Luke, run! And then we don't hear him until the Battle of Yavin. Use the Force, Luke. Let go, Luke.
Force is strong with this one.
Luke, trust me.
Great shot, Karen. That was 1 in a million.
Remember, the Force will be with you, always. And then his lines become much few and far in between as we get to Empire and Return of the Jedi.
Luke.
Luke. Ben? You will go to the Dagobah system. Dagobah system? There you will learn from Yoda, the Jedi Master who instructed me.
I cannot teach him. The boy has no patience.
He will learn patience.
Much anger in him. Like his father.
Was I any different when you taught me?
He is not ready.
Yoda?
You must not go.
But Han and Leia will die if I don't. You don't know that. Even Yoda cannot see that fate. But I can help them. I feel the Force. But you cannot control it. This is a dangerous time for you, when you will be tempted by the dark side of the Force.
Yes. To Obi-Wan you listen. The cave. Remember your failure at the cave.
But I've learned so much since then, Master Yoda. I promise to return and finish what I've begun. You have my word. It is you and your abilities the Emperor wants. That is why your friends are made to suffer. That's why I have to go. Luke, I don't want to lose you to the Emperor the way I lost Vader. You won't.
If you choose to end your training now, if you choose the quick and easy path, as Vader did, you will become an agent of evil.
Patience. And sacrifice Han and Leia.
If you honor what they fight for? Yes.
If you choose to face Vader, you will do it alone. I cannot interfere. I understand. R2, fire up the converters. Luke, don't give in to hate. That leads to the dark side.
Strong is Vader. Learn what you have learned. Save you it can.
I will, and I'll return. I promise.
Told you I did. Reckless is he. Now, matters are worse.
That boy is our last hope.
No, there is another.
And then this is probably the scene that I've done the most of, so hopefully it's the best one. I can't do it, R2. I can't go on alone. Yoda will always be with you. Obi-Wan. Why didn't you tell me? You told me Vader betrayed and murdered my father. Your father was seduced by the dark side of the Force. He ceased to be Anakin Skywalker and became Darth Vader. When that happened, the good man who was your father was destroyed. So what I told you was true, from a certain point of view. A certain point of view? Luke, you will find that many of the truths we cling to
depend greatly on our own point of view. Anakin was a good friend. When I first knew him, your father was already a great pilot, but I was amazed how strongly the Force was with him. I took it upon myself to train him as a Jedi. I thought that I could instruct him just as well as Yoda. I was wrong.
There is still good in him.
He's more machine now than man, twisted and evil.
I can't do it, Ben.
You cannot escape your destiny. You must face Darth Vader again.
I can't kill my own father.
Then the Emperor has already won. You were our only hope.
Yoda spoke of another.
The other he spoke of is your twin sister.
But I have no sister.
To protect you both from the Emperor, you were hidden from your father when you were born. The Emperor knew, as I did, if Anakin were to have any offspring, they would be a threat to him. That is the reason why your sister remains safely anonymous.
Leia. Leia is my sister.
Your insight serves you well. Bury your feelings deep down, Luke. They do you credit, but they could be made to serve the Emperor.
And just for bonus, this is the only line from Heir to the Empire that I really remember. When Luke says, "So now I am the last of the Jedi."
Not the last of the old, Luke. The first of the new. Remember, the Force will be with you. Always.